This right here is how I was able to make $1,400, 1,400 Australian dollars, to be clear for the Americans out there who don't like us using the Australian dollars. This is how I was able to make $1,400 in 2 half-an-hour calls. Okay, so just under an hour really it was, and I was able to make $1,400 at 21 years old. Now, this call here was going to be a call review, okay, a sales call review showing you exactly how I sell. Now, with the offer I'm selling, I am pretty much order taking. It's not the most technical sales skills required, so I don't think it would be fair to show this as my sales skills. So the message I'm trying to get across in this video is to show you that it's possible. Okay, I'm 21 years old. A year and a bit ago now, a year and 2 weeks ago now, I was working as a laborer, as you can see right there, on a shovel, not enjoying life, working my ass off. And 1 year later, I work completely online. I work from Thailand, Koh Samui right now. I'm moving to Bali next week for a few weeks as well. I've been in Bangkok, I've been in Vietnam, and I've been traveling for 3 months. So I'm showing you this video to show you it is possible, okay? It is not easy. It has taken me a lot of time to get to this point, but it is possible, okay? Yes, I'm 21 years old and I made $1,400 in an hour's work, okay? I know a year ago me would have said that is ridiculous. That's not possible, okay? But I'm showing you this video to show you it is possible. If you put in the hard work, you can do the same thing. So with this call here, we have a 2-step sales process. First call is a discovery. We understand why they're on the call, what their problems are, what they're looking for a certain qualification for, future pace them a little bit, and then we book them in for the second call. This second call here is pretty much, we're saying it's an assessment call to qualify them. There's no real assessment going on. And then we pretty much move forward with payment and get them onboarded and get them going. So the second call is really order taker like. There's not much sales skills required, but we're going to listen through it, and you can see exactly some of the thought process in my mind on why I say certain things, how I get the person to commit to change when they're trying to back out, essentially, and pretty much how I get paid $1,400 in an hour's work. Now, to be completely transparent, this doesn't happen every call. Not every day I get paid $1,400. Some days I get paid zero. Some days I get paid $1,400. It's the nature of sales, but this is exactly how it goes.
Hey mate, how you doing?
Hey, Gav.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How's your day?
Yeah, good.
That's good.
Just going to the store and it's
Oh, so are you home now, are you?
yeah.
Reason I asked, are you home now? So I was already aware he works full time, and he mentioned to me on the previous call yesterday that he may be still at work. The reason I ask if he's home now is because if someone's driving or they're on a job site, they are less likely to give me their bank card to pay. Okay, so I want to make sure that when it gets to the end of the call, he's in an environment which sets himself up for success to pay for this, and it sets me up to get my commission, of course. And then also as well, I'm going to say mate a lot in this call. I'm talking to Australian tradies. They are very, very bogan, to put it lightly, and that's how they talk and that's the language they use. I don't want to come across as some corporate sales guy or some guy from outside of their world who's a bit weird compared to them. I want to kind of speak their language, let's say, and make them feel comfortable so they trust me.
Legend.
I'll partner here with you though.
No worries, mate. No worries. I had a quick chat.
Partners here. I should have probably addressed her name and asked how she was doing as well and just made her feel part of it. Throughout the conversation as well, I will bring her into it, make sure she's on the same page, make sure she's happy, because if you have 2 people on a call, if one of them's not comfortable to move forward and the other one is, the deal won't get done. So you need to make sure they're on the same page. Should have recognised that she was there a little bit better, but oh well.
Earlier as well with my advisors, just in regards to the payment plan option we discussed. We can get that sorted out for you as well, mate. So, like I said, we don't usually do it, but obviously with your situation, more than happy to help you out with that.
Payment plan option, we offer it to everyone. I made it sound like a big deal, like we don't do it for everyone, because I'm then doing him a favour. So if I do, as humans, if someone does you a favour, does something for you, psychologically you want to do something back for them, okay? You feel like you owe them something at least. So I made a big deal. We can't do it. We don't usually do a payment plan, but I could have a chat to my advisors for you and just like see in this once-off scenario if we could help you. Obviously, it was always going to be a yes. I didn't actually have to ask anyone, but I made it sound like I actually had to speak to someone and it was a big deal, and therefore we could help him. Continuing on.
Obviously, if you qualify for this, we can get that taken care of. As well, to make it a little bit easier for you, if you qualify, with the Cert 3 in carpentry and then the Cert 4 in building and construction, the photos and videos you need to qualify for carpentry certificate are going to be the exact same ones for the Cert 4 in building and construction. So that way you don't have to send a bunch of like 40, 50 photos across, 10, 15 videos across. All right. Yep. Is that all making sense?
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. Now, with this call here, so like I said earlier, 10, 15 minutes, I'm just going to run through a series of questions. Each question, you just...
I'm framing the call now, pretty much exactly what we're going to do on this call, why I'm asking certain questions. And we're running through that assessment that I was talking about, where we're qualifying them to make sure they are competent in the relevant field to get them qualified. So they have to kind of sell themselves to us. It's just putting me at a higher position above them. They've got to sell themselves to me in order for me to help them, in order to get to their goals. Okay, so that I'm above them pretty much, and psychologically, that makes people sell themselves to you.
You just need to give me a score from 1 to 5. 1 being you have no idea what you're doing, 5 being you're an expert and know exactly what you're doing. Okay. What I'll do for each question that I ask with that result, I'll plug it into our system at the end, and then pretty much it just spits out a result to us if you're qualified or not. If you're qualified, we can get you moving. If you're not qualified, I will let you know why you're not, so you can at least work towards it and still progress your career in some regard. All right.
Yep. Yep.
Any questions at all for you, your partner?
Just bring in the partner here, which is good.
Your partner can hear me.
Yep.
No, just how does the payment arrangement work, basically?
How does the payment arrangement work?
Yep.
We can talk more in depth to it after the assessment, but
So I'll let it finish.
pretty much what we discussed earlier is looking at 880 deposit for both of them. So I can't do the math on top of my head. 880 times 2 equals
1680.
Yeah. And then the payment plan would have been roughly, let me confirm, but it was just over 200 a week when I spoke with my advisor.
Yeah.
Okay?
Cool.
I'll get the final numbers for you if obviously the qualifications there, okay?
Okay, so I should have known what 880 times 2 equals in the first place. This was the first time I'd done a double qualification, and then I should have known the weekly repayments for this as a payment plan. Now, the reason I didn't dive fully into it there is because I still want to get this assessment done and hold that on a pedestal. I know then at the end of the call there is a logistical conversation we're going to have around money, which is fine, but I want to get them kind of back in that emotional state of getting this assessment done, getting qualified. Yes, we got qualified, now we can get towards our goals. Once their emotions are a little bit more peaked, then I can have that conversation around the money. I don't want to have it now at 2 minutes 30 into the call, and then these problems arise. They do the assessment, they're still thinking about the money side of stuff, and then I guess to the end and they don't want to move forward. So I kind of touched into it. I should have been a lot more clearer with the answers I was giving. But yeah, still want to hold that assessment to a high pedestal, and then I know this conversation needs to happen at the end of the call.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All
Good.
good now?
All right.
Excellent.
All good for now. Beautiful. Give me 2 seconds.
All right. So now go into the assessment. I'm going to skip that because it doesn't really matter. Okay. So at this point here, I'm about to walk into, I have done the assessment. He's qualified, and then we're just pretty much making sure he has everything he needs to move forward, and then obviously getting payment. Okay. You will hear in my tone that I'm very neutral and I sound very bored. The reason I do this is because I found whenever I'm a little bit more chirpy, a little bit more up and about, I sound salesy. When I sound like the way I'm about to in this call, I sound very, very neutral, and people don't feel like they're being sold to, which then naturally gravitates them towards moving forward with you because they don't feel like they're being sold to, they feel like they're the ones making a decision. Now, I've been told by sales managers in the past, I sound like I don't want to be there, I sound like I don't actually want to help this person. So I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but for me it works. If I sound the more neutral I sound, the more I find that the person gravitates towards me because they're wondering why am I not selling, and they trust me a lot more. Anyway.
Letters. Is there any other questions at all? Anything you're confused on about the process at all?
When's payment required?
Payment. So once you pass the eligibility assessment, we take payment. From there, what I do is add you to a WhatsApp group with your portfolio manager, who I believe will be Hannah. She usually takes care of carpentry and building and construction certificates. From there, she'll give you a call probably tomorrow morning, introduce herself, and then send you a list of the stuff she needs as well. And then pretty much from there, takes that to the college and gets you... Sorry, go ahead.
With that qualifying thing that you just said, was that what we just did, or is there something else?
That's correct. That's correct, yes. That's what we...
When I said that's correct, I was regarding the eligibility assessment, which I should have clarified, but yeah.
We just did
That's
that.
what I just did.
You don't need to go through any more boring questions.
Use a bit of humour, because sometimes with payment, people get a bit uncomfortable. Use a bit of humour, make sure they're feeling comfortable.
And just wanted to be here. He goes back to the Gold Coast tomorrow for 3 days, so she's just making sure.
So essentially, now that he's passed now that he's passed that, you'll send that on to the relationship manager person, and then they'll like email Rich what they need, and
Yep.
then it goes from there. Okay. Yep.
Yep, pretty much. And then in 4 weeks from now, you should have your building and construction and your carpentry qualifications. As I said earlier as well, if you don't get qualified, we do have a money back guarantee as well, so there is no risk on your end. And that's obviously good for some peace of mind, because I know if I was in your shoes, I'd want the same thing.
Yeah. So that's
Make sure they've got the peace of mind. I put myself in their shoes as well. Let them know if I was in their shoes, I would want the same thing. Didn't really need to say it, but I feel it helps. If I was on the other end of the call, that's what I want to hear someone say as well.
206 per week.
Per week, I'm
Over 4 weeks.
No,
Okay.
it's $8,000.
Oh, okay. I get
So I've
you.
got to pay it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's $8,000.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
So I've got to pay 16 or 17, 20 or
So is it like a finance situation?
Or just 3 years?
It's not a loan. It's not a loan, so you're not going into debt or anything like that. It's just obviously a payment plan through us.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then just to confirm, it's not $8,000. Just to make sure we're on the same page, it's $4,400 up front for the carpentry one, and then $4,600 up front for the building construction.
So he said he thought it was $8,000. I'm now clarifying that it's actually more than that, because the worst thing that can happen, they move forward with the payment plan and they find out it was more, and then they refund because it was more than they thought. So I need to clarify here, it's actually $10,000, or it's actually $880 times 2 plus a payment plan, which equals a little bit more. Okay, so making sure I'm very clear on exactly how much it is, so they don't refund.
One there. Okay,
That's right, yeah.
so 10,000 that equals.
10,000, yeah. At $200 a week.
Obviously though.
So the 2-year contract, pretty much. Pretty much a 2-year contract. Is that right?
No, it'd be 1 year. 1 year.
1 year. Oh, yeah? Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 200 a week,
Okay.
1 year. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So 880 times 2, as I got sorted out for you guys earlier. Let me just do the calculations properly. You can double check if you want as well.
Now we're just working out deposit size, repayment options as well over a weekly basis. Pretty much a logistical conversation right now before we move forward with payment, which we'll see how that goes. Okay, I've skipped over a little bit. We were making sure the calculations added up on his end and our end to make sure we're on the same page moving forward with it. I'm now just having a chat with his partner because Richie, for some reason, has got up and gone away, I think to get his card. But I'm just having a chat with the partner, making sure they're still feeling good, making sure they're still feeling comfortable.
For sure.
So my real name is Richie. Like Richie, they're my full government.
Right.
Yep.
And he's got a Facebook that's not under his name, so that's why it's down as that.
The reason I was asking this as well, when someone inquires on Facebook, their name automatically goes into the inquiry that they use on Facebook. He had a different name to his actual name, so I was a little bit confused. Just having a light-hearted conversation around it before we go forward with the money.
Okay, I've got 3 names here. I was so confused. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have a Facebook under them anymore, so.
Okay, that's all sweet. Richie, you ran those numbers there with 880 times 2 equals 1760 for the deposit.
Yep.
That's all good.
Yep. Can I do that on Friday or not?
What we usually do is now, mate. Yeah, I can do it right now over the phone, and then we can get that WhatsApp group sorted for you.
So him saying, can we just do this Friday instead? So today, I think that day was Tuesday or something. It's just him being a little bit fearful and trying to put off stepping into that next version of him. It's him going back to his comfort zone and feeling a little bit of uneasiness, a little bit of fear, and trying to just go back to where he's comfortable rather than stepping into that next version of him. The reason I said what we usually do is doing it right now, so I can just organise that WhatsApp group for you. Humans are like sheep, okay? If 100 people do something, guess what the next person's going to do? Whether it was wrong or right, they're probably going to do the same thing. What we usually do, so what we do with other people, what most people do, if he knows that other people generally just move forward with it with payment just then, guess what he's going to do? He's going to follow and do the same thing. So that's why I said it. I said it very casually as well, because if I had gone, oh, no, we do payment now, we can't wait till Friday, guess what would have happened? Sales resistance all the way up here, he's not paying. So very casually, what we usually do is payment just now, and then I organise that WhatsApp group, and then we see what happens from there.
Just give him 1 sec. He's got to get his wallet.
There you go. Partner comes in, he's got to get his wallet. Sweet.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, whilst he gets his wallet, there's not much talking going on. In this part here, I don't really want to bring up random conversation. Just let the silence sit there, because the more I start talking now, the more I start having a general conversation, the harder it is to get back into the sale. So just let the silence hold, let him get his card. Once he comes back, we can then move forward with payment, or whenever the fuck that is. It's taking a while.
I'm still here, yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to ask a question regarding the paying off thing. He's more than capable of paying it off, but is there any credit checks or anything like that happen?
No. What I'll do after this, I'll obviously create that WhatsApp group, and then
Just more logistical questions around finance. There's no sales skills required here. You're just human to human having a conversation, talking about
after that.
the path forward.
Alright, I've got this all sorted on my end now, so whenever you're ready with that.
Yeah.
So the reason I said that, I've got this all sorted on my end. I didn't do anything at that point in time. I just said it so I can then naturally ask, like, I've got it sorted on my end. Have you got your stuff sorted so we can move forward? If I'd just gone, have you got your card there ready to go? Or like, what's going on? Comes across a bit salesy, a bit needy, and then sales distance comes up. The way I said it, I've done this for you on my end. Are you ready to go on your end?
I'm just transferring money, bro.
You're right, mate. Take your time. I've got no more calls after this. They just cancelled one of them, so.
Oh, that was lucky.
Don't know why I said that, but I did.
The rest of my day I can enjoy.
Once again, more silence. He's just transferring money.
Yeah, all good, man.
He's all good.
All good? Alright, when you're ready with that card number, mate, we'll get that sorted.
Yeah, 40.
Bang. Sale. Okay. And then after that after we've taken payment, we've done the deposit, what I pretty much do is just ask them, do they have any questions for me? How are you feeling as well? And make sure they're feeling good and that they feel like they've made a good decision. The reason I'll ask this is because if I don't, sometimes people get buyer's remorse. They've made a decision to invest and they feel bad after. And then they ask for a refund. So when I say, got any questions for me? How are you feeling? I'm feeling good. Awesome, mate. Look, I know you've made an awesome decision. What we're going to do from here is get this all taken care of and make sure we're getting you closer towards your goals. Make sure that they know they've made the right decision to get towards their goals. And that's as simple as it is, okay? There wasn't too much objection handling or overcoming anything, okay? That's why I didn't want to make it a sales call, live sales call review, because it's not that. There wasn't much sales skills required. But this is proof here that you can get paid a lot of money in sales for not much work. Okay, so yes, I did a 1880 times 2 deposit, which is 1760, and then a payment plan that amounts to about 12,500. With the offer I'm on now, I get paid $700 for each deposit that I get. So I don't get paid cash collected, I get paid an upfront commission for the payment plan. So I got $1,400 for this call right here, plus a 20-30 minute call the day before with this same guy. So that's how much money you can get paid in sales for as little work from Thailand, from Southeast Asia. I'm 21 years old. This is what I do for work. This is how I make my money whilst traveling full time. You can do it as well if you just learn the skill of sales and learn how to find remote sales roles. It is not that hard. Once you understand what you're doing, once you've done it for a little while, it is not that hard. You can make a lot of money doing this. And yeah, I 100% recommend you do it because it's changed my life. I'll go on to build successful businesses off of the back of these skills right here and the skills I've learned in remote sales. You can do the same. If you want help with it, chuck me a message. More than happy to have a conversation about possibly helping you as well. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.